Today's lesson is Yuletide rituals around the world. Hi, everybody. My name is Roger.
And my name is Helen.
And Christmas is just around the corner. It's coming up soon. So this is a good time for us to discuss Christmas rituals around the world. Christmas, Yuletide, they refer to the same thing. Yuletide is a word that we see only during the Christmas season, unless you're discussing Christmas at other times of the year. But it generally refers to this time of the year.
Yes, and before we looked at how Christmas was celebrated in Germany and Austria, in many ways, they celebrate Christmas in a similar fashion. However, Austria raises the stakes for naughty kids because in Austria, there is a character named Krampus that belongs to their Christmas tradition. And Krampus is a demon who can be very mean and scary for children who have not behaved well.
That's in Austria, and of course in Germany they have farmhand Rupert, who tags along with Saint Nicholas, who is riding on a donkey. And, of course, they have different traditions there. And we are going to be talking about some traditions in other countries as well, especially in Europe, but also in the Philippines. We're going to be coming back here to Asia. The Philippines, that's a special country because it's primarily a Catholic country, which is rare in Asia. But now we're going to go back to Europe and talk about how they celebrate Christmas in Norway. Let's listen to the first part of our lesson right now.
Norway. If you ever spend Christmas Eve in Norway, you may be surprised to see people hiding their brooms away. This strange custom dates back centuries to the time when locals thought witches and spirits came out on Christmas Eve to make mischief. Since everyone knows witches ride brooms to get around, families would hide theirs to make sure they didn't get snatched.
大家好，第一部分我们可以看到单字 broom， 这个字是名词，指的是扫把。例如 I'll get another broom and help you sweep the floor. 我去拿另一把扫把帮你扫地。或者 After sweeping the front steps, Ivan returned the broom to the basement. 扫完前面的台阶之后 Ivan 把扫把还回地下室。接着我们看到片语 date back to， 它的意思是追溯到或是始于某个年代时期。举例来说 Many of the rare books in this library date back to medieval times. 这间图书馆里许多的稀有书籍可回溯到中古时代。又或者说 The history of the automobile dates back to the late 18th century. 汽车的历史可追溯至18世纪晚期。接着我们看到片语 make mischief， 它的意思是捣蛋、作怪或是制造事端。像是April Fool's Day is the perfect holiday for those who like to make mischief. 愚人节对那些爱恶作剧的人来说是最适合的节日了。或是 Don't make mischief between your friends, it's very rude. 不要在你的朋友间恶作剧，这是非常没礼貌的。再来我们看到单字 snatch， 这个字是动词，指的是抢夺、夺取或是一把抓住。例如 Barry's life was snatched away by a traffic accident.Barry 的生命被一场交通意外夺走了。或是 Eric snatched a few chocolates from the candy jar while his parents weren't looking. Eric 趁爸妈不注意的时候，从糖果罐里抓了一些巧克力。
If you ever spend Christmas Eve in Norway, you may be surprised to see people hiding their brooms away. So, if you happen to be in Norway during Christmas Eve is the day or the evening before Christmas, or December 24th usually, then you may be surprised to see people hiding their brooms or putting their brooms away. A broom, very simply, is that object that you use to sweep the floor. It's that brush with that long handle that you use when you want to clean the floor and sweep away the dirt.
Okay, that's kind of interesting. Why would they hide their brooms away? Norwegians are kind of unusual people, but this is especially unusual with them hiding their brooms. This strange custom dates back centuries to the time when locals thought witches and spirits came out on Christmas Eve to make mischief. So this is an old custom, and it dates back centuries. It goes back in time. Its origin is hundreds of years ago. We use that phrase to date back to when we talk about something having an origin or a beginning many years ago. We could say this tradition, this Chinese tradition, dates back to the Tang Dynasty. Okay, so here, of course, this custom dates back to centuries ago, to a time when local people in Norway thought that witches and spirits came out on Christmas Eve, and they were coming out to cause trouble or to make mischief. Now, if we say mischief, we're just talking about being naughty, sometimes just to make people feel embarrassed and stuff like that. And if you make mischief, again, it just means causing trouble with a kind of an overtone of trying to embarrass people.
Yes, you can also say cause mischief, but it's very usual to say make mischief. You can say children like to make mischief by pulling the hair of the student sitting in front of them or making phone calls and then hanging up. Those are examples of bad behavior, but they don't really cause a lot of damage. So that is more or less what mischief means.
Right, they're just trying to cause trouble, make things difficult for people there in Norway. And since everyone knows witches ride brooms to get around, families would hide theirs to make sure they didn't get snatched. So, yes, if you imagine a witch, most people imagine an old lady with a pointed black hat, and she gets around riding on a broom. That is the image of witches that comes from Western countries, and everyone knows that witches ride brooms to get around. So if you hide the broom, then the witch can't come out and take your broom and fly around and cause mischief. So what happens is families hide their brooms to assure or make sure that the witches don't come and snatch those brooms. So here we've got the verb snatch, to snatch, which means to steal something, to take it away from somebody, usually in a quick motion. And here, of course, to get snatched means to get stolen.
Right, so you can snatch something from someone's hand if you take that thing very quickly from that person's hand. And you would think that a witch would be smart enough to look in broom closets or to look under beds for a broom. So it's weird that just hiding a broom will prevent witches from flying away and doing bad things.
You'd think the witch would have their own broom, but it's an interesting tradition nonetheless. And if you're in Norway during this time of the year, hey, have fun with that tradition. Okay, now we're going to go across the ocean from Norway over to Iceland and find out what kinds of peculiar traditions they have to celebrate Christmas. Let's listen.
Iceland. Thought to wander the countryside of Iceland during the holiday season is the man-eating Yule cat. Avoiding its jaws of death is surprisingly easy, however, as the beast attacks only those who haven't received a new set of clothes before Christmas. To this day, many Icelanders get a new outfit to avoid becoming the cat's next meal.
最后第二部分我们看到名词 outfit 指的是一套服装全套装备。例如 Bernice wore a bizarre outfit of zebra-striped pants, a bright pink shirt, and orange boots. Bernice 穿了一套怪异的服装，斑马纹长裤、亮粉红衬衫和橘色靴子。或者我们可以说 When I was in junior high, my favorite outfit was black pants and an LA Lakers sweatshirt. 我国中时最喜欢的服装是黑色的长裤和洛杉矶湖人队的运动衫。
So now we move on to Iceland, and the people there have their very particular tradition as well. Thought to wander the countryside of Iceland during the holiday season is the man-eating Yule cat. So in Iceland, there is a tradition of the Yule cat, which is a character that's part of this Christmas tradition. It's evidently a cat and it's associated with Christmas, judging from the word Yule to describe the cat. And this creature is believed to wander the countryside, to walk aimlessly in the countryside of Iceland during Christmas season. And this Yule cat eats people.
Exactly. So again, when you see the word Yule or Yuletide, that has to do with Christmas. So evidently this cat only comes out during the Christmas season. And it's a man-eating Yule cat. And that does not mean that this cat only eats men or males, but man-eating just refers to people in general. And of course, this cat could eat anybody, boy or girl. And you got to watch out for this Yule cat. Now, avoiding its jaws of death is surprisingly easy, however, as the beast attacks only those who haven't received a new set of clothes before Christmas. Now, if you talk about the jaws of death, you're talking about a vicious animal that could kill you by eating you. And sometimes we describe bears as having jaws of death or sharks as having jaws of death. And if a cat is big enough, then it will have jaws of death. So you need to avoid this cat with its powerful jaws and sharp teeth. But avoiding this dangerous animal is actually pretty easy, as the beast attacks only those who haven't received a new set of clothes before Christmas. This kind of sounds like the Chinese tradition of New Year, where on Chinese New Year's Day, you're supposed to wear new clothes. So it sounds a little similar here. And yes, indeed, if you have a new set of clothes and you go out on Christmas Day or during the Christmas season, you'll be safe because the cat won't attack you. The cat will only attack you if you're wearing old clothes.
So it seems like this Yule cat is mean not to people who have behaved badly, to small children. It's more of a reminder of parents and guardians to take care of their children, to buy them new clothes, a new outfit for the Christmas season. And that seems like it's a much friendlier tradition for children anyway, maybe not so much for parents.
Indeed. Okay, so yes, indeed, you want to receive a new set of clothes before Christmas. And to this day, up to the present time, many Icelanders get a new outfit to avoid becoming the cat's next meal. So if you're in Iceland during this time, expect to see lots of the local people there wearing new clothes. And I can imagine Icelandic people are probably a very handsome people to begin with. So if they wear new clothes, they're going to look especially attractive. Now, here we've got the word outfit, and that usually just refers to a set of clothes. Not just a pair of pants, not just a shirt, but actually a whole set of clothes that go together. We often use this to talk about women's clothing. If you see someone at the office wearing a new outfit, you'll say, "Oh, I love your outfit." The top and the bottom match together and the accessories go well with your outfit. I don't think you would use this so much with a man. "I like your outfit," unless he's wearing like a costume or something, because most men will wear suits to the office. You'll just say, "Hey, I like your suit."
That's right. It's very rarely used for men. But like Roger said, outfit usually refers to the whole appearance, the whole look that's put together from what a woman usually is wearing. Shirt, dress, pants, trousers, shoes, the whole set of clothes.
Right. So I think if you're Icelandic and you wear just a new shirt, but you don't get new pants or trousers, you could still be in trouble. It's best to have a completely new outfit. Okay, that brings us to the end of our section on Iceland. So let's leave Europe now and come back here to Asia. Let's go to the Philippines and find out how they celebrate Christmas.
The Philippines. Decorating with colorful lights is a standard Christmas practice, but the Philippines takes it to a whole other level with its giant lantern festival. Once featuring humble paper lanterns, The event has grown over the years into a competition among 11 villages to make the most impressive illuminant. This year, why not join in the fun from afar by making your own lantern to add an extra spark to your holiday revelry?
So now we're going to look at how Christmas is celebrated in the Philippines. Decorating with colorful lights is a standard Christmas practice, but the Philippines takes it to a whole other level with its giant lantern festival. So the sentence begins with the observation that it's normal, it's standard Christmas practice to decorate things with colorful lights. That's true because we use colorful lights often to decorate trees and houses and also window frames. But in the Philippines, they take this lighting decoration to a whole other level. So when you take something to a whole other level, you're improving it. You're improving it in a way that's much, much better than what it was before. You can also say take something to the next level as opposed to taking that thing to a whole other level.
Indeed, you could describe maybe a band taking a type of music to a whole new level or whole other level. Maybe there were some rock and roll bands before, but hey, this new band has taken heavy metal to a new level. And yes, indeed, that just means the Philippines really have fun celebrating Christmas. And they've got this giant lantern festival there. And once featuring humble paper lanterns, the event has grown over the years into a competition among 11 villages to make the most impressive illuminant. So yes, indeed, they have these paper lanterns. At least they had them in the past. They were humble paper lanterns, nothing really fancy. They were just kind of simple. But the event, of course, has continued to grow over the years. And now it's actually a competition between or among 11 villages. And they get very competitive with each other to make the most impressive lanterns or the most impressive illuminants. An illuminant, of course, is something that glows with light like a lantern.
Right. You can also think of the verb to illuminate, which is to light up. So when you add the ant suffix and turn that word into illuminant, you're referring to something that lights up. So another reference for this type of verb noun change could be contaminate, which is when you ruin the purity of something by introducing dirt or bacteria, and that dirt or bacteria becomes a contaminant. So that thing that contaminates the thing that was pure.
Indeed. And also in the sentence, we've got the word competition, and that could refer to a contest or a race in which you have participants trying to defeat the other participants. You could have a speech competition in which people give speeches, and the person who gives the best speech wins the competition. Competition could also refer to the difficulty of getting ahead in a particular field because there are so many other people wanting to do the same thing as you. Gee, I thought about becoming an independent freelance artist, but there is so much competition. There are so many other people who want to make money in this field as well. It's difficult to find work. So in this particular case, though, it is a contest or a competition that involves 11 villages, and they want to outdo each other in terms of the most wonderful paper lantern, the most impressive illuminant. I should mention that the word illuminant is not really that common. You're okay just talking about lanterns like you do at Yuan Xiao Festival after Chinese New Year with all those wonderful lanterns. Now this year, why not join in the fun from afar by making your own lantern to add an extra spark to your holiday revelry? So, yeah, maybe you don't have time or money to go to the Philippines to celebrate with the Filipinos there. And so you could celebrate from afar. You can celebrate right here in good old Taiwan by making your own lantern. And that will add some extra kick, extra spirit, extra spark to your holiday celebrations, to your holiday revelry.
Right, so the word spark literally refers to a flash of light that's created by electricity. So you can talk about electrical sparks, or you can see sparks of lightning in the sky. But spark can also be used to talk about excitement. If you want to add an extra spark to your life, you want to add some excitement to your life. And you can do this, add some excitement, by making your own lanterns. And then this way, you can take part in your own holiday revelry. Now, a revelry is when people celebrate and enjoy themselves in kind of a noisy way. So they might get together and sing and dance and eat and maybe drink some wine. And in this way, they make revelry or they engage in revelry.
Right, so again, you could celebrate this from afar, or better yet, you could go to the Philippines yourself and celebrate Christmas there. I've had people tell me that Christmas in the Philippines is a lot of fun. Okay, that brings us to the end of our discussion for today. It's time now to listen to our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文第二部分的第一句写到 Thought to wander the countryside of Iceland during the holiday season is the man-eating Yule cat. 这个句子里面这个 thought to wander the countryside of Iceland during the holiday season， 哇，这是主词补语，然后后面接了动词 is，再接主词 the man-eating Yule cat。 那所以它的句子结构就是主词补语加 be 动词加主词。这个用法呢是把主词补语提前的倒装句。那我们来学习一下，当我们的主词比较长呢，或者是带有修饰语的时候，我们就可以把主词补语移到句首，这时候主词和动词要倒装哦。以句型来看，假设我们直述句的这个基本句型是主词加 be 动词加主词补语，这个主词补语也许是现在分词 VING、 过去分词 PP、 形容词或介系词片语等等。那当我们把这个主词补语移到句首，经过倒装之后，句型就变成主词补语加 be 动词加主词。同学们有没有发现，其实你就是把主词跟主词补语对调位置就可以了呢？好，举例来说 A woman wearing a red dress is standing by the side of the stage. 一名身穿红洋装的女子站在舞台旁边。我们把这个主词补语 standing by the side of the stage 移到句首，然后经过倒装，句子就变成 Standing by the side of the stage is a woman wearing a red dress. 好，那回头来看课文句子，它原本其实也可以写成 The man-eating Yule cat is thought to wander the countryside of Iceland during the holiday season. 这边是不是就用到我们前一天教的句型Somebody or something be thought to do something， 就是一般认为某人或某事物做某事嘛，所以他就是说人们认为会吃人的圣诞猫会在假期期间在冰岛的乡间游荡。那课文可能是为了要强调这个主词补语，因为这个主词补语比较长，那所以他就把它移到句首，然后进行倒装，才会变成 thought to ... is the man eating Yule cat。 好，我们接着读到课文第三部分的第一句，用五颜六色灯光做装饰呢，是标准的圣诞节习俗，但菲律宾借着巨灯节把它带到另一个全新层次了。文中是用 take something to a whole other level 来表达将什么带到新的境界层次。那么 level 在这边呢，它就有阶级啊、层级的意思。动词 take 我们还可以用 bring 或者是 raise 来代替。那同学们也许也有听过 take something to a whole new level， 就表示将什么提升到新的层次境界，让什么更上层楼。那类似的用法还有 take something to the next level， 字面意思是把什么带到下一个层次，那就是用来表达改善啊、提升某事物以达到更高的境界。好，以上是今天重点整理，我们回顾今天单字吧。
Broom. Carla grabbed a broom to sweep up the pieces of the broken plate. Snatch. The child snatched a cookie when her mother wasn't looking. Outfit. Toby wore a superhero outfit to the Halloween party. Competition. The skiing competition was cancelled due to a lack of snow. Spark. The singer seems to have lost her spark on her latest album, which is a bit boring.
Discussion starter starts now!
Here's our discussion starter for today. The question is, which of the international Christmas traditions mentioned in the article would you most like to take part in, and why?
Well, I would most like to take part in Iceland's tradition because I really love shopping for clothes, so I wouldn't mind going there to buy myself a new outfit and use the excuse of not wanting to be eaten by the Yule cat.
Interesting. Yes, lots of people want to go to Iceland, but I would most like to take part in the Christmas celebrations in the Philippines because I like lanterns, I like things that light up, and like I said before, I think the Filipinos are pretty friendly and warm people, and I bet celebrating Christmas there would be quite memorable. Well, everyone, today's article has come to an end, and I sure hope you enjoyed reading along with us. I am Roger.
I'm Helen.
See you next time.